Well, welcome back, friends. Another big hour of Friday Live on this June 26th, last Friday of June already. I'm Jim.
And this is Cheryl.
And we're happy you're here. And coming up this hour, we have our gospel reading for the upcoming Sunday, which is the 13th Sunday in Ordinary Time. And Dr. Scott Hahn will give the reflection. And then later on this hour, I'm excited about this because I planted a couple of herbs out my backyard there. Judson Carroll is going to join us, and Judson has written a book called Herbs. You want to say herbs, but
Yeah, I know.
Herbs That Heal. Herbs That Heal, Catholic Home Remedies to Forage. Did I say that, forage?
I'm looking at the press release. I don't see where you are.
I'm looking at the book upper right-hand corner.
Oh, I see.
Catholic Home Remedies to Forage.
Forage and grow.
Forage?
Forage.
Like porridge?
Like porridge. But basically, what is the Catholic history of herbal medicine? You know, when the first thing that might come to mind is not like the Catholic world. When you talk about herbal medicine, you think the Indian culture, the Chinese culture, they've been using that for thousands and thousands of years. And you think, wait, is this New Age? Is it pagan? But we're going to say, he's going to tell us how it is not, that there's Catholicity in the herbs.
I've been doing a lot of reading about my little, I don't make a big issue out of it, but little sleep issue, falling asleep and staying asleep. My issue is falling asleep. Once I'm asleep, I'm fine. And I was watching a little video because now I started taking the magnesium glycinate. But that keeps you asleep. It doesn't really put you to sleep. It'll make you tired, but it does keep me asleep. But again, it must be all herbal.
It's all herbal
It's all herbal.
supplements, right.
So we'll find out. Maybe there's an herb for that.
Yeah, Herb will tell us.
Herb
Oh,
will-
his name isn't Herb.
No, his name is Judson.
Oh, okay.
Judson, but his book is called Herbs That Heals. Maybe there's a sleeping herb.
Fascinating. Good.
Anyways, we'll find out. He'll be joining us later on. We have our gospel reading for this coming Sunday, the 13th Sunday in Ordinary Time. And then Dr. Scott Hahn will give the reflection.
A reading from the Holy Gospel according to Matthew. Jesus said to his apostles, "Whoever loves father or mother more than me is not worthy of me, and whoever loves son or daughter more than me is not worthy of me. And whoever does not take up his cross and follow after me is not worthy of me. Whoever finds his life will lose it, and whoever loses his life for my sake will find it. Whoever receives you receives me, and whoever receives me receives the one who sent me. Whoever receives a prophet because he is a prophet will receive a prophet's reward, and whoever receives a righteous man because he is a righteous man will receive a righteous man's reward. And whoever gives only a cup of water to one of those little ones to drink, because the little one is a disciple, amen, I say to you, you will surely not lose his reward." The Gospel of the Lord.
Praise to you, Lord Jesus Christ.
All of us are called to serve God in different ways. Whether our mission seems large or small, we know that it will require us to take up our own cross and that will ultimately lead us to glory. Find out more next on Breaking the Bread. The liturgy this week continues to instruct us in the elements of discipleship. We're told that even the most humble among us have a share in the mission Christ gives to his church. We're not all called to the ministry of the apostles or to be prophets like Elisha in today's first reading. But each of us is called to a holy life. At baptism, our lives were joined forever to the cross of Jesus Christ, as Paul tells us in Sunday's epistle. Baptized into his death, we're to renounce sin and live for God in Christ. We are to follow him, each of us taking up our personal cross, as Jesus says in Sunday's gospel. That doesn't mean we will all be asked to suffer a martyr's death, but each of us is called to self-denial, to the offering of our lives in service of God's plan. Jesus must be elevated to first place in our lives, above even our closest bonds of kinship and love. By baptism, we've been made part of a new family, the kingdom of God, the church. We are to proclaim that kingdom with our lives, bringing our fathers and mothers and all men and women to live as little ones under God's fatherhood and the kingship of the Holy One. We do this by opening our hearts and homes to the service of the Lord, following the Shunammite woman's example in Sunday's first reading. As Jesus tells us, we're to receive others, not only prophets, but also little children, the poor and the imprisoned, as we receive Christ himself. As we sing in Sunday's psalm, we are to testify to his favors and kindness in our lives. We're to hold fast to the promise that if we have died with Christ, we shall also live. That if we lose our lives for his sake, we shall certainly find our reward and walk forever before his face. This is Scott Hahn for Breaking the Bread.
Breaking the Bread is a production of the St. Paul Center for Biblical Theology in Steubenville, Ohio. If you'd like to receive written copies of Dr. Hahn's reflections on the Sunday Mass readings or read them again, you can sign up at stpaulcenter.com.
Whatsoever you do to the least of my people, that you do unto me. When I was hungry, you gave me to eat. When I was thirsty, you gave me to drink. Now enter into the home of my Father. Whatsoever you do to the least of my people, that you do unto me. When I was homeless, you opened your door. When I was naked, you gave me your coat. Now enter into the home of my Father. Whatsoever you do to the least of my people, that you do unto me.
When I was weary, you helped me find rest. When I was anxious, you calmed all my fears. Now enter into the home of my Father.
Whatsoever you do to the least of my people, that you do unto me. When I was laughed at, you stood by my side. When I was happy, you shared in my joy. Now enter into the home of my Father. Whatsoever you do to the least of my people, that you do unto me.
That
Thinking
goes way back, does it not?
well, you said you just told me you remember singing that as a child.
Yes. So we're not going to do the math, but I was at Immaculate Conception in Spotswood, and we had a guitar mass, like in the very beginning, and that was one of them that they would repeat very often.
Mm. I do remember singing that, and you could really throw any kind of lyric in there.
Yeah.
I used to sing it when I was changing diapers.
Oh,
When my diaper was full, you gave me a change.
see that?
Yeah, I would kind of apply it to contemporary living
And the task at hand.
and the task at hand. That's right.
But
As
it's
a parent,
true.
yeah,
You hear a lot of the call-in shows, and young moms, they'll call in and they say, I'm so busy with the children, I don't have time to pray. There's laundry, there's dishes, there's running. And that, every step, all those things are the prayers.
that's
You
right.
know, if you're up late at night, putting the toys away or folding the laundry, and those are prayers.
And I don't even remember doing all that stuff. We had to.
No.
I mean, I do
Sure.
remember
You must have.
an occasional episode that was stood out or stands out. But it was so routine just to change a diaper, to do the laundry, fold the laundry, dress the kids, put them to bed,
And you
get them
think, well,
up,
what
make
in the
them
world?
break.
We don't have all that now. What are we doing?
I know, but it becomes so routine.
Right.
And I was reading something the other night about grandparents and the relationship they have with their grandchildren is so different, because all of that is not really a part of grandparenting.
No.
Grandparenting is, and they say how special it is for the children because their grandparents' house is always the same. There's always something there for them.
Mhm.
It's all about them.
Right. And you just will sit and listen to them and
Yeah.
ask them, how are things going, or school or sports or whatever they're involved in, the music program.
Right.
And you're just listening. You're not multitasking.
No.
You're not cooking at the same time.
No.
Not that parents, this brings up a
I was
very
just thinking
good.
the same
Oh,
thing.
yes. Friends, wait till you hear this one. This is the best thing I'm telling everybody. Jim and I were sitting on the porch the other night
In our rockers.
outside, watching the neighbors go
We're
by.
the oldsters in the neighborhood, so we sit on our rocking chairs on the porch and watch the people go by.
They're riding bikes. They're walking whenever they're
Walking
doing.
dogs,
We wave
just-
high. I think they pay their respects.
Howdy. Say howdy to them.
Yeah. How are you? But there was a mom and dad
And a baby in a stroller.
and a little girl trailing behind. She couldn't have been maybe 3 or 4.
Maybe, yeah, 3.5,
3 or
4 years old.
Because she did speak well.
Yes.
And they stopped.
They were walking past our house.
Yeah.
And we were on our porch in the rockers. Go ahead, you take it.
Okay. And then I saw them. They stopped for a moment because the house across the way, once a week, or maybe it's once a month, they have this large, what we call trash pickup. But people put large things out. I mean, it might be a couch, it might be a chair, it could be fans, whatever it is, and the people will come get it. And usually you have somebody come by on a Sunday night in a pickup truck, and then they take it to wherever,
yeah.
you know. 'Cause one person's trash is another's treasure. Anyway, this young couple stopped, and the man was taking pictures of some of the items he had out there. He's going to share it with someone. So you can see the dad holding up his phone. And then the mother, I guess dad was busy, so she wasn't talking. She starts just scrolling on her phone. And then they start walking. And you could see mom and dad are still both scrolling on the phone. She's pushing the carriage. And the little girl shouts out, "Off the phone, Dad. Get off the phone." And she said it 3 or 4 times, and each one was louder and
And then she
louder.
said, guys, meaning both her parents.
Yeah. Off the phone, guys.
Yeah. She was telling them to
She
put their
was
phones away.
scolding them. I thought,
They're out for a
you.
walk with the 2 lovely little, one baby's in a stroller, this little girl in a nice little dress, and their faces are in their phones.
Buried in the
And she told them, put them away. The kid, the child.
phone away.
And and it just shows you how much attention is being taken away
Yes.
from kids and people, they're not doing it on purpose. It's just a habit.
Right.
We become so habitual with, checking our phones, checking our
Mm-hmm.
email, what's on there. But when you have those little ones, they need, you're out for a nice walk and a nice evening. They want your presence.
Yeah.
PRESENCE.
ENCE.
ENCE.
You just pay attention.
Yes.
You know, let's look around. Let's look at the flowers. Let's look at the clouds.
Right.
Whatever it is, let's talk together as a family. But to have both parents, and maybe it was just for a minute they were on there, but the little one noticed right away.
Yeah.
She said, "That's it, off the phones."
Well, I remember when just recently we were up at the we went to see our two little grandsons play something like baseball, and when they first got there, we were walking toward the field, and I know you were walking with one or two of the kids, and one of our grandsons was walking with me next to me, and he was just telling me all kinds of stories and just about school that day, and he had something around his neck that and he was telling me what that meant.
Glows.
Yeah, that glowed in the dark, and I just was listening, and he was telling me everything, and it was, and I'm sure his parents do that, and they listen to them too.
Right.
But you can see how they just want to tell you stuff, and they want you to listen to it and comprehend it and converse with them.
And pay attention to
Yeah,
them.
pay attention.
Yeah.
It's important. And sadly today there's so much distraction with phones and devices and
Multitasking,
all
especially
kinds of
parents who are
stuff.
trying to do it all and work. So
Yeah.
they come home and they try to cram 6 hours of housework into 2 while, trying to tend to the children. It
Yeah.
can't be easy.
yeah.
But I do see that because I get out in the parks and I walk a lot of trails and I'll see the moms with the strollers, but they're either talking on the phone or like looking at their phone, and they have
Yeah.
the baby. I used to, I didn't have a phone. This is how long ago it was, but I would be singing to Angela, singing and making up
Yeah,
stories.
right. I remember one time Anthony, he probably was in maybe 4th or 5th grade, and it was a summer or spring evening, and I said, "Hey, Anthony, I'll go outside and want to ride bikes with me. I'll
Yes.
get my bike and you get on." He jumped at that, and we were riding. He didn't stop talking the entire time.
Oh my.
He was telling me all kinds. It was just him and just the two of us
Yeah.
riding our bikes around the neighborhood. He just telling me so many stories about school and this kid and that kid and what happened, and he just never stopped talking because it was all of a sudden
Undivided
one-on-one,
attention.
dad and me talking, and it's so important. And as I said, I look back and I'm saying I don't remember like all the things that we would do a regular part of our day, but it became, and these are necessary things. You can't feel guilty about it. You have to do the laundry, and you have to go grocery shopping, and
And cut the lawn.
you
or
have to cut the
whatever it is.
lawn and
Yeah.
all kinds of stuff.
Right.
But now as grandparents, we don't have to do all that stuff. So all your attention goes to the grandkids, and that's an important relationship,
Yeah.
we're finding out. So anyway, God bless that little girl, whoever she was, telling her parents,
That's right, boy. Do I wish I
get off
filmed
the
that.
phone. We probably should have started a video recording that,
I really, really should
because we just sit there. People walk by, and
have. We'll look for them again.
we'll see if they come by again on their phone.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's see what else we got coming up. We're going to have Judson Carroll, and he's written a book called Herbs That Heal, and this is the Catholic home remedies for to forage and grow. Forage means like to reap. Forage, to take out of the ground. Is that what forage means?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I planted.
Let's say if you go foraging for mushrooms,
You're
into
digging them
some
up.
Field, you're digging them out.
Mhm.
Well, you're doing a fabulous job with your parsley.
My basil and parsley.
Yes, they're beautiful. They grow so fast.
In fact, I put some fresh parsley on our salmon that I made the other night.
We were talking about who goes first. If Jim goes first, I'll probably never eat another good meal. He's providing all this wonderful home cooking. What
Well.
am I going to eat if you go?
Trying to remain healthy. The salmon, we have chicken, white meat, chicken breasts. Keep it healthy. Every now and then a hamburger or a hot dog, but
Oh, you can't pass that up.
no. But I put some. There was a nice little recipe I found on wonderful little recipe on salmon. You put in some melted butter, some honey, parsley, some garlic, and a little bit of paprika,
So good.
and you
Sweet.
kind of put that on top of the salmon before you cook it.
A little bit of a glaze.
Oh, and then little lemon slices, little lemon wedges on top.
It's getting fancy. I'm going to have to
top.
get out the good china, my golly.
But it was fresh. It was a freshly grown, homegrown parsley. And I can't wait to put my basil. I think for the 4th of July,
Yes.
I'm going to make a caprese salad, which has the mozzarella and the basil leaves. and tomato and a little balsamic vinaigrette drizzled over it. So I'll use our fresh basil leaves. But I want to find out from Mr. Carroll, going to be joining us shortly, about these healing properties of
Well, you know, there are firm
herbs.
believers in this, in the supplements, in the health stores. You know, if you were to go to your general family practitioner and say, I'm not sleeping, you know how many drugs there are that will put you to sleep and keep you to sleep?
No,
But
I
just,
know.
Just watch television at night. Every other commercial
Is
is
about-
for a new
and I
drug.
don't like putting any of that stuff in my
No,
body.
these foreign stuff, and then all the side effects. But
Yeah.
there was a woman, you remember her, her first name was Helen, back at Queen of the Universe, and she was given a couple of months to live. She had cancer, I forget what kind it was, but she was kind of withering away and getting very thin. And it turned out she just stopped seeing the doctor, went to an herbalist, and started, you know, it's all about the diet and the supplements, and she had quite an array of things that she was, but it was all natural, and she lived 2 more years, and she did very, very well, and really went out with grace.
Yeah.
Whereas the medical doctor, well, we'll do the chemo and the radiation and this,
Yeah,
that, and the
yeah,
other thing,
yeah.
and they gave her 2 months, even with suffering through all
Yeah,
those
right.
remedies.
Mm-hmm.
And she lived.
Well, I found that taking a shot of extra virgin olive oil, a particular type of olive oil which is grown in Morocco, that is high in polyphenols, and they said it was good for your arthritis. I don't really have
Joints.
arthritis per se, but a little bit in my knuckles, would hurt, my hand would hurt, and I bend my. And since I've been taking this, I don't have any of that. It's all gone.
You're kind of like the Tin Man after he was oiled.
That's it. That's it. That's great. I put it in a little shot glass
Before you know it, you'll be tap dancing.
and take my shot every morning before I have breakfast, and it's working.
It's a miracle.
Well, it's natural.
Yes.
I don't feel bad about putting that,
Mm-hmm.
into my system.
Mm-hmm.
That's what Mr. Judson will tell us, Mr. Carroll, about these. It's God provided. These
True.
remedies for
You know,
ailments.
you think of it as, what would they say, old wives' tales, remedies? Like our grandmothers, what they would do.
Mm-hmm.
What did they do when babies were teething? Oh, no, that was like scotch.
My father would put whiskey on our.
That's not an herb. No.
When we were teething, my father would rub whiskey on our gums, which explains a lot. Trust me, these days. Yeah, he would. And maybe that was the normal, natural thing to do in those days for Italian parents. I don't know, or more. But he would rub whiskey on our gums.
And that would numb
Stu- Oh, sure.
and
Put us to sleep.
Put you to sleep.
And to this day, I'm rubbing whiskey on my gum. No.
No wonder you can't fall asleep.
No. But that's, that was the remedy. And there's a scene in The Godfather, Part 2, when they had just come over to this country, and one of the babies had pneumonia. And my mother said they would do this. They would put a lighted candle on the chest and put a glass over it, and the smoke or the heat it would break up. That wasn't like a normal remedy for that. With children, with baby, they had to hold the baby down, but it was a lighted candle with a glass over it. Very interesting. Anyway, we'll find more about herbs that heal in just a bit. We'll take a break. Judson Carroll will be joining us, so I hope, friends, you can stay with us because we'll be back with more. Don't go away. Oh, sorry about that.
Well, Mr. Carroll must be busy brewing up some herbs in the
Foraging.
kitchen.
He's out foraging,
That's
apparently.
what he's doing.
Not available. I tried.
Yeah. And I was really, well, we couldn't get him on the phone. Obviously, this is live radio, and this is sometimes what happens. But as a master herbalist from the Blue Ridge Mountains.
He's
of
probably
North-
out, in the Appalachia.
That's right. It's a different pronunciation.
Appalachia. He's probably. I kept getting a busy signal, the number they gave me. So maybe
There's probably no service.
no service out there in Appalachia while he's foraging
And
his
he,
herbs.
he was a convert to Catholicism, so he's on fire for the faith, and he wouldn't do anything against the faith, but his passion is being outside, enjoying the woods, the water, and the garden.
Which explains where he is now.
And obviously that's where he is, trying to revive the tradition of folk medicine. Well, we must save it for another
Oh,
day.
we'll see. I was looking forward to that, too, because I
know,
had
you're like-
a lot of questions about herbs.
Yeah, this is your new thing,
Well,
your little
you know.
hobby.
Yeah, more so for cooking, but I think there's probably other herbs you can take for medicinal reasons.
Sure. Absolutely.
A sleeping herb. There was something Anthony, our son, told me about. Began with a V.
Valerian. Was it valerian? I
Is that what it
believe
was?
So. That
Valerian?
is an herb. Valerian.
That's an herb.
Yes.
Is that where they
And
get
it's like-
Valium from?
Might be a little bit in there because it is sort of an anti-anxiety. Now, you can take these things like chamomile tea or melatonin. They will put you to sleep. Valerian
I don't know.
root.
Hang on, something's playing. I don't know where it's coming from.
Whoop.
I don't know what happened there.
Okay.
Some big organ just started playing.
Oh, fun.
Where'd that come from?
But the valerian root you can take during the day, and you're not going to fall asleep at your desk. You just have to watch your dosage. So he says if he has a long 10 or 12-hour day and he's worried about things and he's all stressed out, and he'll take that just to kind of ride through it with a little bit of a sense of calm. But if you double the dose, I guess you're out cold. So you
it
do
really
have to watch.
puts you to sleep.
Yeah, you have to watch how much you take.
He suggested that. And now, can you take that to put you to sleep, but then take the magnesium glycate to stay asleep?
I don't know. That's where we need
Without
to
turning
talk
into
to
a
Judson Carroll.
Yeah, Judson should have been here. He's out foraging.
right.
But
Well, that is that. Before your favorite hymn, "Lift High the Cross," that ties in with the
that's
readings.
my closing hymn for my funeral.
Yes,
I've requested that. Lift high the cross.
I know that one. But before that, we played "Sound the Bell of Holy Freedom." I wonder if anybody remembers when that was brought to the fore. We are looking at 10 years ago, when Pope Francis came to the World Day of Families in Philadelphia, PA.
2015.
Mm-hmm.
It's 11
Oh, so
years ago,
11. Oh, how time does fly.
right?
But that one is so perfect now. It's event music. It's big. It's majestic. Sound the Bell of Holy Freedom. You think about Philadelphia and the celebration of the 250th.
Ding dong.
I mean, we have some time. We could read the Declaration of Independence.
Yeah, we'll do that.
Talk about going to sleep.
No,
Who
it's
needs
a-
herbs? Just
Do
read
you
the
remember the bicentennial?
Not
50 years ago?
Yeah, I mean, I was here. I would have been, 76.
Yeah, you
It
were
was
you
my
were a teenager.
summer. Yeah, it was my summer after graduating high school, before going to college.
No, was it?
Yes, I graduated from high school in 76.
Oh,
75,
that's right.
excuse me.
That's right. That's right. That's right. So you were here at Trenton State.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So 76, it would have been the summer of 76.
I remember, and it was a Sunday. I
Yeah,
remember that because in those days, my brother and I, we would lecture at Mass,
right.
and the church was packed, and we closed with the national anthem.
Oh, yeah? Yeah. I was thinking, how much patriotic music
But that's
do
not really
I...
a patriotic. I mean, it's a patriotic. It has nothing to do with faith.
No.
The national anthem, maybe America the Beautiful. It mentions God's
Now,
beauty and things.
I even think that, and you said no, but I was thinking of closing, everybody knows it, God bless America. God is the first word in the whole piece.
Yeah,
Bless.
yeah.
But of course, it's not in the hymnal. And when I hear God bless America, I think of the, seventh inning stretch.
Right. I think of Irving Berlin,
Yes.
who wrote it.
So I don't know if I can use that at Mass, but I'm certainly going to do maybe Let There Be Peace on Earth and America the Beautiful.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure it has nothing to do with the readings that day, but 4th of July is on a Saturday, that
Mhm.
vigil.
Mm-hmm.
I have to get a red, white, and blue dress or something.
I remember the bicentennial. I can't believe it's 50 years ago.
I know.
Wow.
Yeah.
I was in college. I was in my junior year.
I don't
guess.
remember any specific thing. I don't know what I was doing.
There was a big to do. They used to have bicentennial minutes on television that they produced, and it was bigger than what we're celebrating this year. This is only halfway. We won't be around for the tricentennial, but our grandchildren probably will be,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
They'll be around for that. But yeah, the bicentennial was a bigger than this, I think. Because now there's the big FIFA World Cup to do as well.
Mm-hmm.
That they're making a big. Though I think the Americans lost last night.
I believe that is
Did they?
correct. I'm not following that either. Oh, my goodness.
Not really. Not really following. I'll be honest with you. Last night it was because the Americans were playing Turkey. I think they were playing.
Right.
Right. And I put it on just to see. Okay, American. Maybe I can get into it. I had nothing, no interest whatsoever.
So they're playing
Did not ho-
soccer, obviously.
I know they're playing, but I
So
don't.
that's
I don't know
easy to follow.
Well, you got to kick the ball into the net.
Yeah.
But there's other things going on. Like there was a foul. I don't know what the foul was. But then I reverted back to yesterday morning. I was watching one of the cable programs, and there were two young, probably early 20-something young men from Great Britain who on TikTok, and I don't know how to get there, but they're documenting their trip to America by doing all things American.
Oh.
And they were saying they really liked. They're in the Philadelphia area, and they're making these videos, and they were with the British accents, and they were saying they were interviewing them on the news program, and the woman said to them, "What's some of the highlights of what you've experienced so far?" Going to Wawa and having a hoagie.
Hoagie.
A hoagie.
I
They had a
love hoagie.
hoagie and a meatball and
fantastic.
meatball hoagie.
Oh, how adorable.
And they thought that was the best thing in the world.
Oh, my, what we take. Well, you hear about this craze and the ranch dressing.
Oh, the ranch dressing too. Yeah, what
That
that?
has just blown up viral.
But and I've never done it. I wouldn't do it. But I've seen even people in our country of Italian descent dipping their pizza
In ranch.
in ranch dressing.
No, I don't
That
understand
is
that.
like, wow, what a great way to spoil a good slice. In my mind.
And who would have done it the very first time?
By
Who would-
accident, probably. I spilled something
Dropped
on it.
Dropped it on their salad.
Although, you know what? Speaking of combination of food, now that our herbalist is not here,
Mm-hmm.
I had it this morning for breakfast. A cottage cheese with honey.
Mm.
You haven't tried it yet.
No.
It doesn't sound like it would be a good it's a delicious for me anyway, a delicious combination. I put some blueberries on it. And the honey on the cottage cheese was,
Oh, wow.
ooh. And remember when I first made my olive oil toast?
Yes.
That was a new discovery.
Mm-hmm.
And that is, oh my, oof. Where's that been all our lives?
I know. We do need to rewind the clock so I can have more toast.
I put a little olive oil in the frying pan, heat it up, and our bread is frozen. And we keep our bread in the freezer. So you take out a couple of slices of, and we have these Italian semolina bread. And I put it in, it starts to sizzle, and you brown both sides. It absorbs the olive oil and makes this delicious,
Crunch.
heavenly toast.
It's fabulous.
It is fabulous.
And it's probably healthier
because it's olive oil.
and not butter.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
These things. So we could do our own little health segment without the
Well,
herbalist.
let's do that. Now, what if you had that nice toast and sprinkled it with a little,
Powdered sugar?
no, yeah, that would be great. No, your parsley or basil.
On the
Because of
toast?
olive oil, that's just,
I suppose you could put a little mozzarella and a basil leaf on it. Would be good. That would be tasty. I did make a breakfast sandwich a few weeks ago. I had a Kaiser roll, and I did that. I put the olive oil and crisped both sides of the Kaiser and made a little breakfast sandwich with egg and ham and cheese. And I must say, it added that nice little crunch to the sandwich.
you know, we're looking for new segments on the domestic church media. I think we're calling on a cooking show here. It
Well-
needs to be to brought up for discussion.
And give some recipes.
Yeah.
You know, I'm enjoying the cooking. So anyway, sorry about our herbalist, Judson, but we'll hopefully try to get him back when
So
he's
he's
not foraging.
foraging in the forest, but
He's
we'll try to get him back. It's good to use all natural things. You feel better overall, guaranteed. So we'll
Well, I
see.
think it's to use the things God gave you, and there was something I was watching. And I'm not getting into the politics end of it, but they were talking about the number of vaccines children get today, shots, as opposed to
babies.
what our kids got.
Yeah.
Our kids got a fraction of what they get today,
Yeah, I didn't realize.
and I didn't realize it either. And I don't know. I don't know. When we had the measles when we were kids, because the measles vaccine didn't come out till 1975 or something. When someone in the neighborhood had the measles, the parents brought all their kids over to that house so they would get to catch the measles.
And get it all, check it off the list. We've had it.
And now if someone has measles in an airport, they close the place down. I don't get it. And I know it's not, it can affect certain children certain ways, but not the majority. So anyway, olive oil. That's all I can say. Olive oil. The oil of the olive, not the character from Popeye.
Yeah.
All right. We take a break. Be right back. Don't go away. See you in a bit.
What have you done for your marriage today?
Boy, I gave a huge hug this morning, like a really big squeeze that lasted forever, a great kiss. Those things are really important.
She got a really short haircut that she hated, and I wrote her a note and put it up on the mirror saying that she was a cute girl with cute hair.
What have I done for my marriage today?
We've actually organized a date night tonight.
What have I done for my marriage today?
Wow, that is a great question.
I took the baby while she worked.
I got up with the baby while he slept.
Yeah.
Today, I sent an email to my husband, and I said, "You rock."
Well, I've done today what I usually do, and that is obey. I listened to my wife when we talked on the telephone today. She really likes it when I listen.
What have you done for your marriage today? Little things can make a big difference. For ideas, go to foryourmarriage.org, a message from the Catholic Communication Campaign.
I had a moment of overwhelming peace the other day where I felt God's presence very powerfully. That's something called spiritual consolation. In those moments, God makes it easy for us to have the right perspective on life. The next day was rough. I was hit with some really hard news that turned me upside down. You know what I did? I remembered that moment of peace from the day before, and I chose to dwell in that peace. God doesn't just give us moments of spiritual consolation so we can remember them and long for them. He gives us those moments so we can recall them into the present. In a marriage, that time you fell in love, that's not something for the past. They're sweet memories that we recall throughout marriage that feed the whole marriage. So it is with God. In the hard times, recall the way He's shown you His love in the blessed times. Don't just go to your happy place, go to your God space, and you'll find the right perspective again. This is Chris Stefanik from RealLifeCatholic.com on EWTN Radio.
My family left the church because of a very negative experience with a specific priest, and that took my whole family away from going to church for a long period of time. There were other Catholic churches, and there were great Catholic churches and great priests, but we stopped because of that one specific instance. And in a way, I was cheated out a big part of my journey in my life because we weren't in the church. In life, it seems like we're always enslaved to something, and I think that's basically what our culture is all about right now. Is we are enslaved to power or to greed or to wealth or to lust, but there's a true freedom to not be enslaved, but to attach ourselves to God and to be free. My involvement in the church, my relationship with God is who I am. It's what gives me my identity. Thank God I'm home.
If you've been away from the Catholic Church for whatever reason, we invite you to take another look. Visit CatholicsComeHome.org today.
Hello, I'm Bishop David O'Connell, the Bishop of the Diocese of Trenton, and this is a Eucharistic moment. At the turn of the 20th century, Pope St. Pius X encouraged the daily reception of the Eucharist. He wrote, "Holy Communion is the shortest and safest way to heaven. There are others, innocence, but that is for little children. Penance, but we are afraid of it. Generous endurance of trials of life, but when they come we weep and ask to be spared. The surest, easiest, shortest way is the Eucharist. It is so easy to approach the holy table, and there we taste the joys of paradise."
All righty, welcome back. Another minute or two before we have to head on out of here. And
really, the summer's starting this weekend.
well, now next week we will not be here with Friday Live. We'll either do the Sacred Heart devotion. I think I want to do that the first Fridays. That's a nice little tradition we have now.
Yes.
With the Sacred Heart devotion first Fridays
for this year.
Because I think Friday, the 3rd, a week from today, is the official federal holiday because it's a weekday. Saturday is the 4th.
It wouldn't be Monday. Oh,
no.
Right.
It's Friday the 3rd.
Friday, so no bank, no mail.
No work.
Hooray.
Hooray for that. No foraging if you're out looking for herbs.
I think you're allowed to forage. That's all natural, and it comes from God.
That's true. It's like those, they use the pigs to dig up the truffles.
Is that right?
Yes. Didn't we watch something with that, what's his name? Is it Stanley? Tucci?
Tucci, in Italy.
In Italy. And he went out foraging for the truffles, and they would use the pigs to find them because they're underground. But the pigs would know where they were.
They could sniff them out.
That's right. And apparently it's a delicacy. I've never really had one.
No.
Or any part of it. But it is a delicacy, according to the program. And but they use the pigs to actually forage for the truffles.
There you go. Well, we'll definitely have to get Mr. Carroll back on.
Yeah, I got notification from the publisher. They apologized. They gave us the wrong phone number. So we'll try to get him back on because in August, as we do every year, we take a little hiatus from Friday Live for the month and come back in September. So we have a few more programs in July left that we'll be doing, not next Friday, but the subsequent Fridays. And we will try to get Mr. Carroll back to talk about his herbs.
Okay.
And
and you know what? July 4th is also St. Giorgio Frassati is his feast day.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
4th of
Giorgio,
July.
yeah.
Now a saint.
Now a saint.
Yeah.
That's right. I forgot about that. That is his feast
A lot
day.
of great saints and apostles. Monday, St. Peter and Paul. Tuesday, the first martyrs of the Holy Catholic Church. The first, St. Junipero Serra. He's always been a favorite. Third, St. Thomas the Apostle.
Yeah.
Yeah. St. Maria Goretti, July 6th.
Yep.
Wow, so many.
So lots to celebrate. And have a great weekend. We will look forward to seeing you in 2 weeks. I'll be with you on Tuesday, God willing. And so for those of you who are Friday Live listeners, have a happy 4th of July weekend next weekend. And we'll see you after that.
Safe.
And enjoy your weekend this weekend. God bless you.
God bless you.